Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Thursday webinar. And today we have an amazing speaker. He's actually nearly Hollywood royalty, although I'm not sure I'm allowed to say that. Because you are a bit Hollywood royalty, aren't you, Judson?
I wouldn't say royalty. Maybe what's the step below that?
Well, in Amazon terms, this is royalty for us.
That's true. That's true.
So we've got a real live film producer here coming in virtually from LA. I mean, when do we ever get to say that? Married to an actress who's famous in some ways, right? If you watch Van Helsing. And so anyone out there who watches Van Helsing, now's a good time to put your hand up and buddy up to Judson. And I see we do have a couple of people starting to say hello. Hi, Phil. How you doing? Would be great if everybody else could come on. Otherwise, it looks like, to Judson anyway, that we've got nobody on this live show. But we do. We actually have people, don't we? So it's good to see we've got Dev, Ginny, Stephen White, Ian. Hi, Ian. Adi, Heather. I hope I said that right, Adi. Jim. Hi, Jim. How you doing? Sahel, Dev. Oh, he's a webinar bot to increase the numbers. Great. I doubt that's true, by the way. But anyway, hi, Kazi. Hi, Shamik. And Claire. We haven't seen some of these people in quite some time, so you've really brought out. So one thing we'd like to know from everyone, who here is a regular and has been to our events before? So just pop a regular into the chat box so that we know if you're a regular. Okay, we got one, we got two. Oh, three, that's good. An ish regular, that's also cool. Cool, awesome. So they're all coming in now. So it's really lovely to see that we have a community here that's quite loyal and regular and keeps coming back for more. And basically, guys, we wouldn't be doing this and we couldn't entice speakers like Judson to fly in from LA virtually, of course, unless we did have a good regular community. So thank you to everyone who regularly turns up to these events. And we've got a really great webinar on for you today. I've had a quick look at it, so I know it's good, although I haven't quite got to see all the real life examples, and I'm really interested in that unicorn thing. Good. So I'm gonna stop talking now and hand over to the main speaker, partly because it's getting late in the UK and I don't want anyone running off to get their dinner until we're done. So, hey, Judson, over to you.
Okay, awesome. Well, I'm super excited to be here. Christian and Shelley, thank you so much for having me. 9 a.m. here in Los Angeles, and so if you hear pitter patter or scream in the background, just ignore that. I have a situation here, COVID-19. I'm in my house. Normally I'd be in my studio, so I also don't have my fancy camera to show off that I can do really cool webinar, like blurred background kind of cool stuff. Just in my house here. In fact, I'm in my guest room, so there's a bed behind me. But you guys. And I have some cool examples to show videos. And so I think, totally we're going to have time. I think you guys know we'll have time for questions at the end. So questions on how to execute video in your Amazon or not. And I think there's a poll up already. Did we put it up? Yeah, cool. So there's a poll there around, there's two questions. How would you rate your skill and experience with video? And then are you already using video to promote your brand? So what we have found, and you'll see this later in the slides, is that very few Amazon sellers are actually using video. And so therefore, there's a finite amount of things that you can do as an Amazon seller. And so it's an opportunity anytime something new happens, right, a bunch of people jump on it. But video is hard to execute. It's more challenging than a lot of things. And so there's a big opportunity for us as sellers to use video in our strategy. And it's something that Amazon wants us to do, which I'll show you later. Okay, so let me start the slides here. You guys see that okay? Is that coming up right?
Come up yet?
Oh, because I messed it up. Let me try it again. I have to do this whole thing. Okay, here we go. Application window, there we go. Okay. Now it should be.
Sorted.
Yep. Are we good to go now?
Perfect.
Awesome. Okay. So content is fire, video is the gasoline. So we want to set your Amazon sales on fire. And that's really what we can do, right? And we also want to set your conversion rate on fire. That's one of the keys to video, is that it leads to higher conversions. So you get the same amount of traffic and you get more money in your pocket. That's the secret. Okay, so what are we going to cover today? We're going to cover, is video worth it? How to get started with video for free, because I know a lot of you will be interested in that. And then how to level up your video content. And by level up, I mean pay for it. But honestly, there is big opportunity. You can do things affordably for $1,000, $1,500, $2,000. You can get something that you use in many, many places in your strategy as an e-commerce seller, whether on Amazon or off. And it could be massively valuable. If you haven't done it, I totally recommend it. Okay, so just a little bit of my background. Mostly I matter because I'm married to the star of a TV show, but no, I'm just kidding. I started as a filmmaker in Hollywood, so I started as an actor, and the camera found that I loved telling stories. I loved, you know, and sort of loved unpacking the psychology of human beings and why, you know, why does a story make us feel something or cry or act, right? Why does a documentary make us want to, like, make sure there's no plastic in the ocean or whatever it is? What is that thing about video, about storytelling in this, using video, using film? Why is it such a magical thing? Why is it such a magical thing to sit there in front of a movie theater or a TV show? Why do we want to, you know, watch Netflix every night? What is that? So I got really interested in that. And in the course of, like, making some films in Hollywood, I won a bunch of awards for an independent film that I made. And then I was offered a branded documentary for Microsoft, and that moved me into the, like, working for brands. I was like, wow, you can do really cool stuff. And that branded documentary for Microsoft won some awards. We, like, did some stuff. It was about brands, small brands in Detroit, actually, that are, like, doing really cool stuff, and they gave them Microsoft products, and we filmed that and documented it. It was really cool. So I saw there was sort of like this, you could do really cool branded stuff and video for. And so then I began making videos for corporations, brands, fashion companies, excuse me. And then I just discovered this passion. So I founded a company, and it's called Butter. And we are, if you go to butter.la, that's our sort of old website. At the end, I'll show you our new website that has the e-commerce stuff on it. But the old website shows you a really cool reel that shows you all the stuff we've worked for. We've worked for these massive companies, and I'll show you some of those videos today too. And then we created this company to, you know, solve this problem where it's very difficult to make video. It's very difficult for a small brand. Even large brands struggle with this. So it's too expensive and it's too difficult. So we founded this company to solve that problem. And it's not a traditional production company. It's a bunch of filmmakers in Hollywood who understand how to do things in a very scrappy way. So a billion-dollar brand like Sierra Nevada, one of our clients, and they use another for these massive things that they do, like a big ad campaign or something. They have an ad agency. That ad agency uses their own company, and it's super expensive. Then they and they're like, hey, we've got X amount of dollars to do something, know how to do things in a really scrappy way. And they're, like, blown away about the quality at the end. So on the side, I started an Amazon brand in 2016. And so going to start a third brand, and we're going to be, our revenue will be at about 10 million this year. So it started out as a side thing, and then it really took off. And one of the reasons it took off is because we really understand how to tell our brand story. We really understand how to have a mission. And in fact, and I'll tell you this more later, we were given the brand managers that you can pay for, the Amazon brand manager. So what's it called? I can't remember the name, but you can pay $3,000 a month or whatever it is to have Amazon help you cultivate your brand and whatever. And we got that for free because they like our brand so much. So they came to us and they said, we want to help you grow. So this is Amazon's. They're like, and so we have someone who helps us with promotions and with all the, I can call her anytime and say, oh, we have it. And she's just there to help us because we told our story so well on Amazon that they love us. So you see at the bottom there, all the clients, a bunch of clients we've had in the video space. That's just a very, very small sampling. Okay, so then for the Amazon brands, we started adding video to all of our Amazon listings and brand pages in 2018. And we put a huge focus on telling our brand story, which is, I think, why we've had such success. And then, as I said, I decided to launch this service, Hollywood Filmmakers for Your Brand, for Amazon brands specifically. I think there's an opportunity, right? In the next few years, Amazon's going to give us just way more opportunity to put video on our listings, to tell our brand story in like a huge way. Vendors already have more opportunity for video. So you know how Amazon always passes that stuff on to the third-party seller. Okay, so part one, guys. And I know I talk fast. I want to get through this stuff and then we can get to questions or whatever, but also give a little time to watch some videos. So part one, why would you include video in your Amazon strategy? Okay, so I've already given you some hints, but I think it's, like I said, it is challenging. It can be challenging to do. And so why do you want to bite the bullet and do it? First of all, let's talk about content. What is content? When you think about content, content is video is one piece, one part, one way to do content, right? And Gary Vee says every company is a media company, whether they know it or not. So you guys know Gary Vaynerchuk, yeah? He's all about producing as much content as possible. So video, photos, infographics, podcasts, all this stuff, right? And there's a reason, because without content, no content equals no sales. Think about it. If you don't have photos on your listing, nobody knows what your product looks like. If you don't, right, we can't be e-commerce sellers without content. And so it makes me think the better our content, the better our conversion rate, the better our sales. So content includes the photos, the infographics, all that stuff. And Bill Gates says content is king. There's a reason, right? The internet is content. And so as we think about the future of the internet, and I have a quote later from Zuckerberg, where the future of the internet is almost all video, right? You guys have probably heard that. It's like the internet is basically going to be video of different forms. So there are only 4 types of content. We've got copy, we've got visuals, so that's photos and infographics, we've got audio, podcast, and we've got video. That's it. We've got 4 options. Like I said, there are finite possibilities here. You guys are already doing copy and you're doing visuals, photos, and infographics, and I hope you're doing them really well because it's super important. Just as a side note, your main photo, your main image on your listing is probably the most important piece of your Amazon content strategy, right? You got to get that main image to convert really well, and I would recommend testing it. If you're not already, please test your main image. Test all your images. You can use PickFu, or test it on your listing for do a whole week and then do another week. There's other software that you can use to help you with that. So audio podcasts are not an option. So we have 4 options. You're already doing 2 of them. Everyone is doing 2 of them, copy and visuals, right? There's not a single Amazon that doesn't have copy and visuals. Audio is not an option on Amazon. So video is the only other option. And our research shows that only about 10% of listings employ video. And you can go yourself and look and poke around on Amazon or whatever. And maybe we have the poll. Do we have any results from the poll on can you see a percentage on there?
Yeah, we do. About half of them already use it to promote their brand, but everyone says they've still got a lot to learn and can do a lot better.
Yeah. So you guys are ahead of the curve, which makes sense because you're on this webinar, right? You're actively learning and actively trying to make your listings better, et cetera, right? And I think, I think if you poke around Amazon, you'll see it's closer to 10%. Maybe it's like creeped up in the last year, up to maybe 15, 20%. But it's a huge opportunity, and that's why I think this webinar is important. That's why the subject is important. Video is the opportunity. Video is your competitive advantage because everyone's already doing the other stuff. The thing they're not doing is video. And you'll see as we go through this that Amazon wants you to do video. So big picture, Mark Zuckerberg was quoted as saying, video is a mega trend. It's almost as big as mobile. So imagine before you had a mobile phone and how different life is, how different your business is, how different your day-to-day life is, how you communicate with the world. And that's what Mark is saying. That's how big video is. Video itself, like I said, the internet will be video. So however many years ago, Facebook had no video. Now Facebook's it's like 80% video. Like you scroll through your feed and it's all video. And you go to a website, it's all right. So Ben Evans he said video is the new HTML, sort of like just playing on that point. Learning how to deliver video and use it to maximum impact will be the next battleground for attention. So we are in that place. We're a few years into this, right? Where it's like YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the world. So you go to search how to do this or this product or this or whatever, and you go to YouTube to search that. I search YouTube. I'm sure a lot of you do as well. And there's a reason, because video is super, super informative. It has the ability to give you a full picture of a product so much faster and so much easier than a photo, right? For example, or to describe how it works or something like that, right? Video is it's people's preferred, and I think this is true with younger people even more. It's their preferred medium, right? So they're not going to read books. Like my daughter is 9 years old. YouTube is her favorite thing. Video is her favorite thing. That's how she wants to learn. That's how she wants to. And even in the COVID-19 world, this has been accelerated even more. I assume you are seeing that in your life, where we're on video even more, and our kids are on video even more, and that this generation, from 25 years old down, video is just even more important than it was to us, right? So it's everything in one. It's TV, it's entertainment, it's information, it's learning, it's all of it, right? So let's see what Amazon itself has to say about video. Amazon was quoted as saying, "We've found that customers who watch videos on Amazon convert 3.6 times more than the non-viewing customers, indicating a strong preference for video among shoppers." So we don't have, one thing we don't have in Amazon, like data metrics. They're not giving us like, this is how much your video is helping you sell, like the conversion. They're giving us watch time, and they're giving us views and watch time, which I'll show you guys later. But the fact that Amazon is saying they see, if somebody watches a video on your listing, they are 3.5 times more. They're going to convert 3.5 times more. It's just massive. So for me, remember, I'm a filmmaker, an artist first. Math is not my thing. So I had one of my team members put together the equation of what 3.6 times looks like. So this is for me. This is for all the dumb people out there like me. So let's say you had a $20 price and the net was 25%. Your conversion rate was 10%, right? Which is pretty good. After 100 sessions, your profit would be $5. So you put $5 in your pocket with that equation there. Let's say we increase conversion rate by 3.6 times. Your profit for that $100, the 100 sessions, excuse me, would be $18. And if you multiply that by your entire brand, I mean, it's astronomical, game changer. It's complete, like the money in your pocket, which is really what we're about, right? The revenue numbers are vanity numbers. The number in your pocket is really what matters, and that's where conversion rate really comes in. And that's where video comes in. So if we could all increase our conversion rate by 1x today, it's a game changer. It is completely game changer. Okay, so that's part one. Part two, how to include video in your Amazon strategy. So part one was why. Why would you do it? There's all these reasons. Amazon wants you to. Amazon is pushing more and more and more. This is sort of an abbreviated version of some of my slides. So I talk in some of the other slides that I'll show you guys on when I come to London or whatever. Amazon has all these initiatives toward video. You guys have probably seen them. So everything from live video to watch and shop. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. Amazon is testing video just in so many ways, probably as much as anything, if not more. Okay, so part two, how to include video in your Amazon strategy. So this is the how. First of all, where and what. Okay, so there are 7 key places where, and there's actually more, but these are the 7 places I'm going to talk about today for where to use video. And what's awesome is make one video and use it in most of these places. That's what's so great. You get that asset, and then it can like go out into the world for you. So number one is your Amazon product listing. So that is on your actual detail page, right? So you have, this is a little tip, a little trick that Amazon told me, my Amazon brand manager, and some of you probably know this, but write this down. You have 7 slots on your Amazon detail page for photos, right? If you put 9, 10, 11 photos, that's fine. But what will happen is if you have a video, it will not show up on your detail page. It'll only show up when you click into the photos and you can go through. So what you want to do is you want to have six photos or less. So you want to have 6 photos. 6 photos plus 1 video. And then that's how you get your video show up on the detail page. If you have 7 photos, they will not show up. So number 1 spot is Amazon product listings. So one of our product videos for the last, so it gives you, if you go to inventory and then scroll all the way down, you have manage your videos. In there, you can see the metrics of your videos. So in there, it says watch time, like I told you, and it says how many views. So I calculated this. In the last 30 days, one video of ours has been watched for 20 hours on the platform. So think about that. You know how Facebook and YouTube, their algorithm, they have told us that their algorithm prefers people who stay on the platform. And like YouTubers who keep people on the platform for a long time are given preference by the algorithm. We've never heard, Amazon has never referred to this, never spoken about this, but we can assume that Amazon is the same. So if you have customers staying on your listings for longer, obviously conversion matters massively. Conversion is more important, right? But if you have customers staying on your listings longer, it's pretty safe to say that Amazon likes that. The algorithm will like that, and it'll give you preference. So 20 hours of watch time per month is massive. Think about it. And that's just one of our, so we have, 30, 40 videos. So Amazon product listings. Number 2, brand store pages. So if you're brand registered, I think you need brand registry for both of number 1 and number 2, unless number 1 has changed recently. If somebody knows, put it in the chat or something if that's changed. But I think you have to be brand registered. So definitely get brand registered. I think you guys all know that. So brand store pages, you can put a full video. So like your mission video or like a video about your whole product, your whole product line or something like that are beautiful there. So we have mission videos. In fact, one of our companies has a charity angle. So we donate, every product donates to specific charities, and it's like a major part of what we're doing. And we actually sent a team to Africa, shot video of the actual work that we're doing there. And then that is front and center on our brand page. And imagine there's not that many people doing that on Amazon. And imagine how well that works. It works really well. So I think you guys know SFR, so search frequency rate. I think our brand name has like a 30,000 SFR, which is very high, considering it's just a brand name that no one had heard of 3 years ago, right? And we're not doing any press off of Amazon. It's all within the Amazon ecosystem. So people are searching our brand because we're telling our brand story so well. And people are coming back because they see the brand story in the packaging, and then they come back and then they get to see lots of content on the site, on Amazon and our website too, right? To create any of these assets, you can put them on your own website, you can put them on your social, all that stuff. So then related video shorts, maybe you've seen this. So this is like halfway down the listing, and I'll show you these. Maybe actually, this is a good time to show you one of the related video shorts. Related video shorts are easy, that you don't need brand registry. You can upload as many as you want onto your listing, and anyone can upload them, right? So you can have an influencer create a video for you and put it on there or whatever. So I think this is a good time for me to show you a couple videos. So I'll show you an Amazon product listing video, and then maybe one of these related video shorts. So let's see.
Could we also see that video you said you have? Would you be keen to share it on your brand store page? That would be awesome.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool.
Okay, let me find that one. Okay, well, let's start by real quick. We will switch over to this application window. Okay, cool. So this is a related video short. This is not, actually, I'm going to show this one later. These are all actually good examples of, these aren't good related video short examples. This one is this is the one Shelley wanted to see, so we'll start with it. So this isn't a related video short. You could use it there, but this is more of a like Amazon product listing, right? So we just made this last week, actually, my agency. So I just want to show something that's really current. We just made it. It's a nice little commercial, but it's not expensive. Cool. So you can see how much energy that brings, right? So and how much feel what it is, and you feel the story and you feel the product. Sort of gives you the feeling of like, oh my gosh, it's so fun, and I want some, right? So they're a totally different take on that sort of video. So this would also go in your Amazon listing, your product listing. It could also go in your brand page, but it's really product specific. So you could either put it in your detail page or the related video shorts. So this is like, that one was very fun and whatever, and this is a little bit cooler, and you'll see. Cool.
Okay,
So
I want one of those for sure. Seriously,
yeah, no.
sold it to me.
Yeah, and see, you see, one of the things that happened there was we presented the key features and benefits. Like, why is this one the one you should buy as opposed to the one that's right next to it on the Amazon page, right? It has different things. It has whatever those little heads are called or whatever. And also like that it's quiet, things like that. So what you want to do is you want to make sure, as you guys know with the copy, you want to make sure you really are, you're really understanding the customer. You're really understanding, this is something I'm going to talk about later, but I'll just touch on it now. So you really want to understand the benefits and features and feature that in your video. And that's something like an agency like mine, that's what we live and breathe, right? Because we have our own Amazon store or whatever. So if you just get like a local videographer, that's the problem, is these people do not understand that piece, right? They don't understand the research that goes into making a video that actually converts, the research to understand the customer, that kind of stuff. And so that's why, like an Amazon, you know, somebody who really understands e-commerce or whatever, they should help you with your video. So, okay, maybe I will, I got a couple other examples. Maybe we'll talk a little bit more and then go back to these examples. Okay, so let me put this back. Okay. Okay, so we've got those options. We've got related video shorts. And if you guys need more specifics on like where that is or whatever, I can help with that. But it's, you know, you can click literally in the middle of your detail page. If you scroll down halfway, there's a related video shorts. You just click there and you can upload a video. Sponsored video ads. So this is new, right? And this, I don't know how many of you have access to this, but if you don't, you can request it. So go into Seller Central, just request access to sponsored video ads. This is something that's very new in the last few months. And look at this ACOS that we're finding as we're testing it over the last few months. Our ACOS of our entire account is 28%. So then I looked at just I looked at this data yesterday, and just at the ACOS of just the video ads, and we have maybe 10 of them running, is 24%. So it's 4% better ACOS. And so that's sort of like money in your pocket, and that's in your pocket. And we are testing, right? We're brand new to this. And, you know, I mean, Amazon's just newly given us this opportunity to run sponsored video ads. We're testing lots of things. Lots of our tests didn't work, right? So it was either the video was too sort of like commercial, or it wasn't product specific or whatever. We're just all the right pieces. And it's something definitely you want to do 100%. And so that's something where like our agency could help with that kind of thing too. So there's certain specifications you want for the sponsored video ads. They have lots of like, it can't be this, it can't be this, it can't be this, right? Like they have a bunch of things, put a logo on, it has to be by 9, whatever all these things, or else it'll get rejected. So those are the 4 white pieces there are on Amazon. These are your on video options. Then you create that exact same content. You don't have to create it again. You have those assets, whether it's like a couple videos or whatever, one main video. Then you can also put this on your social media, on your website, in your email marketing, your Facebook ads, and ManyChat flows. So Facebook ads are an epic place for video, right? So all of these things, then you can use the videos to send flow back to your ManyChat, back to your Amazon, whatever, all that stuff. And so you have one asset, and you can also, so let's say you create one hero video, and then what we do as an agency is we always cut it down for you, slice it up in different ways so you can use it for these different places. So whether that's a square video for Instagram, short versions, longer versions, all those sorts of things. So that's the where and the what. And so I think you'll be interested here in the zero cost video option. So one I call the stack video. So this is what I was talking about earlier. So we're going to research the top 3 problems or questions for your product or your brand by looking at your product reviews and those of your competitors. So you guys know how to do this already for copy, right? This is exactly what we're doing. We're going in, we're looking at the market, we're doing research, and we're saying, what are the pain points? And hopefully you're doing this in your product development as well. So you're developing products that actually solve problems, that actually address gaps in the market. And then you can speak to those, and you want to speak to those very clearly. In fact, you want to even call out your competitors and say they don't have this. Some of that negative marketing can work well. So we want to, so the free version is that we all have an HD camera in our pocket, right? So depending on almost every single phone that you have that's on the market has an HD camera. They're insanely good. I'll show you an example in a second. And you can get really good audio, you can get really good video from your phone. So you're going to shoot a video with your phone of yourself addressing these 3 problems, or shots if you don't want to be on camera, which I totally understand. You can shoot shots of the product in your hand. So it's nice for reference to like show, you see how on those videos, you want to see it in motion in life, right? Just it sitting on a table or whatever isn't as impactful as you picking it up, opening it, doing whatever that product, showing it in action a little bit. So you want to get those shots, but then you're going to want to put, if you're not talking, if you don't want to be on camera, which is fine, you can, and you don't have a friend who wants to be on camera or whatever, then you can use software to add little graphics on top. So there's software called like Animoto, but iMovie. Want to just have the whole process happen inside of your phone, and you have an iPhone, I'm sure there's Android options. You just download iMovie. I believe it's free. If not, it's very cheap. Then you can edit your little video and put graphics on top, and it's very easy. My 9-year-old can do it. So I know you guys can do it. And you'll put those 3 problems that you're solving, those 3 value points. You'll stack the value in that video and say like, this is how my product is better. This is how my product can solve your problem, right? So and then you edit that video, and then you upload it to related video shorts if you don't have brand registry, or to your 7th slot of your videos on your detail page. Option 2, unboxing review. So you've got your value stack video. So that's like the problem, the solution, the value. UGC, option 2 is UGC unboxing review. So UGC means user generated content. So we can get an influencer to do this. We can get YouTuber. We can use there's a bunch of different websites, influencer.co and Thomason and all these places where you can get influencers. FameBit, I think, is one of them. So you can reach out to influencers, or you can just DM influencers within Instagram if you have that, or YouTube. I mean, a lot of these small YouTubers, just straight up message them, and they will do a video for you essentially for free or in exchange for the product. So this is huge because these people know how to make video, and it can be essentially free. And all you guys got to do is, if you message 3 YouTubers and they say, oh, it's $500 or $1,000 or whatever, or 5,000, you move on to the next. You keep messaging them. You will find one that will do it for exchange for the product. Okay. And they don't have to have lots of followers, because that's not the point. If they do, great. But the point is to get that video and put it on Amazon, right? So those are 2 options for free. 3rd option for free. So you would have that influencer do a review, do an unboxing, whatever, that type of thing, right? For option 3, this can be an unboxing, a review, testimonial, or a brand mission video. And you want to shoot this video of yourself, and you can have your friend hold your phone, or shoot this video of a friend or somebody in your life who likes to be on camera. And you have them do a testimonial of the product. They're holding the product. They're saying like, oh my gosh, it's so awesome. I've been using it for the last week, or whatever the thing is, whatever your product is. And talk about the value, talk about why they like it, how it solved their problems. And then the other one would be an unboxing, right? So you can just have your friend unbox the product right in front of you and be like, oh my gosh, this is so cool, whatever, right? So you want them to smile, and always have your people smile, and if you're on camera, you smile. I can't tell you how many shots have been ruined because we haven't had the actor smile or the person smile. Okay, so here at the end. These are probably your most important things. So shoot horizontal, not vertical, because I'll show you why in a minute. We want you to shoot an open shade. And what open shade means is not direct sun, and shade to be sunny shade. So you want to be near the sun, and the direction of the sun to be pointed toward your face, but you're in the shade. And the background, we want to shoot shade to shade, right? So if you are in the shade, but the background is in the sun, it's going to blow out. Your camera will not, your phone will not be able to handle the exposure of you and the background, right? So we want that, and we want to shoot in a quiet place with no wind, and that is because the last thing, their audio quality is more important than picture quality. So this is one of the secrets, and maybe you've heard this before, but there's something psychologically about bad audio that's very hard to deal with as a person, and it just turns you off. And so bad picture quality we can handle more than we can handle bad audio. So make sure it's quiet, make sure audio is good. When you're holding your phone, don't muffle the mic, and hold them like that. And your phone can get pretty good audio. I'll show you in just a sec. I made a video with my phone as a test for one of our brands. So, but you guys, it's okay if the video looks real, looks like it's made by a person. And that's best. In a lot of places like Facebook ads, you'll find if you do some big commercial, people skip it because they don't want to watch a commercial. On Amazon, it's less that way because it's not a social media network, right? It's not, Amazon isn't a social place where you're just like trying to see your friends' stuff. Commercials make sense on Amazon. But real videos completely convert because it's like we're humans and we're connecting to another human being. So it doesn't have to be perfect, okay? In fact, the realness of it, if the audio is hard to listen to, that will bum you out and people will click off. But if it looks real, if it's just real, you really making a video with your phone, it's okay. And in fact, it can be really good. I'm a lot of Facebook ads hit me because I'm targeted by them, because I'm pixeled by other agencies that are doing Facebook ads and doing this. And a lot of them have just them talking on their phone as their ad. That's their video ad, because it converts, because it looks real. Okay, let me show you an example of a video that I made. Oops. That I made with my phone, and this is for one of our brands, and you'll just see an example of what you can do.
Hey, my name is Judson Morgan, and my wife and I started Crafting Kin as a way to sort of bring families together. So we have a young family, we got young kids, and we spend a lot of time at home. You know that idea of FOMO, fear of missing out? We actually like the idea of JOMO, the joy of missing out. So this is a time in our lives where we're spending a lot of time at home, and we wanted to make our home sort of a curated place with beautiful products, things that bring families together. So that's why we created the company, and we're so excited that you're checking it out. Thank you.
So literally, I shot that with my phone, just holding my phone, sitting there in our studio, and then we put a little music behind it, and we put the logo at the end, right? Very, very simple. You can do that on iMovie. So that I would recommend every single one of you doing that. If your brand has a mission, do this immediately. People want to buy from a person, not a company. Especially, it becomes more and more and more like that with mission-driven companies, especially in this age. In the last 6 months, in the last 2 months, we've seen a whole push toward this, where brands are like, they can't just be a products, random products. They need to have a mission. They need to have a purpose. They need to have a person behind it, people behind it. So I would do that immediately. Okay, so that, why don't we, okay, no, so that's good. So that's free video, right? And this is affordable video. Are you guys all with me? Are we doing okay? Do we want to watch another example, or should I push through this real quick?
Examples are good. Let's
Okay, cool. I'll show you a couple examples on this affordable video, this section here. So this is step number 2. If you want to do something that's not free, so paid UGC, so that's influencers, right? We're gonna pay some influencers to do a little bit of a video for us. And you can get those on Fiverr, FameBit, all these different places, all those other ones I mentioned, influencer.co. $300, $500, totally recommend it. It's a totally good option. Number two, you could use a service like Animoto, and you pay a little bit to get in there. You put your still photos. You can put a video together for $30 on Animoto. You grab all your photos, put them in there, you add music and text. There's a bunch of services like Animoto. Hire a video editor for cheap on Upwork or onlinejobs.ph. They totally exist. They are not going to be super pro at understanding the value, understanding what converts on video, but you can get a video made. If you want to tell them exactly what to do in terms of like, we want to show this, then that'll be awesome. Three would be to hire a video agency to create affordable product videos. So that would be an agency like mine, where you know, we understand we can do something very affordable for you, and we understand what actually works. So make sure that they understand it if you're going to use an agency. So this is where I don't recommend really using a local videographer unless you really can tell them exactly what you want in terms of like how to present the value, how to show the product and present the value, which you know, since you're writing the copy, maybe you can. And I just want to give you a hint. It's not really about the camera that they're shooting with, okay? That's not really what's important. So one of the tips I said before was shoot 16:9 so that it can be used for product video, sponsor video, YouTube, and Instagram. 16:9 is this way, and vertical is this way, right? So shoot this way. And I'll show you an example why. Actually, I can do that right now. Why to 16:9. Okay, so here we go. We're going to look at this one. Where is it? There it is. Okay, cool. So this isn't my product. This is not my video. I just saw this the other day and I thought it was a good example. So this company, this dude made a video himself on his phone, which I wanted to show you, and he uploaded it to Related Video Short. So this is what we're talking about. Actually, I'll just show you. So here we are on this Amazon page. Here's the, he doesn't have a video here. So guys, all he literally would need to do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, is get rid of this 7th image and his video would show up here. So he doesn't know that trick. So he or she has, oh, I skipped it. The related, Related Video Shorts right here, right? So all you would do is upload your video. You see that? So that's all that Related Video Shorts is. Very easy to do. He put in, I don't know what these videos are exactly. Sometimes other products show up here, not yours. But this guy put this video up here, and it looks like he had like a Fiverr person make a little intro for him, which isn't good, but you know, you'll see what I'm talking about here. Yeah, so he gave a Fiverr person his logo, and they made this intro. It's totally boring, and I'm over it. I don't want to watch this video anymore. So don't do this. Start with value, man. Like I would have clicked off already. I apologize.
Hey, this is Miro from Best Made Natural Products. I'm going to talk about one of the products that really I think everybody should have in their physical at all times. This is our calendula ointment.
So he's straight up doing an iPhone video, but look at, he's doing it vertical. So look how small and weird it looks. Right? Just turn that camera to the side. Look at the difference of my video compared to this one. He's in open shade, so that's good. And his audio sounds fine. Listen.
Well, calendula is marigold flowers. It's a formula that's really
and then the wind comes in. So the wind comes in, but you know what? It's okay. I mean, I would have redone it because I hear the wind on the mic.
I'm showing you this one because this one's actually well used. It kind of looks like green mulch mixed with honey. And basically the ingredients are...
What I love here is in the middle of this video, he starts to talk about a problem that he had that this product actually solved.
Item to have on hand. And we absolutely recommend you have at least one jar kicking around. It's going to save your save your skin. I fell off my bike a while ago, had this giant scrape on my leg, cleaned it off, put the cream on, woke up, and the next morning it was completely gone. That's gold.
That's gold. He should start with that. Start with that, right? You're like, hey, I wanted to show you this product. I had a big I had a big accident on my bike, right? Start with that and you're hooked. In screenwriting terms, and this is why my agency is so good, In screenwriting, when we think about writing Hollywood movies, that's called the inciting incident. So every movie, every TV show starts with a problem. The mom dies. In every single Disney movie, the mom dies or the dad dies, right? And then it kicks off the entire Frozen is all based on the fact that the mom and dad died, right? That's the inciting incident. That's the moment that hooks us psychologically, and we're like, oh my gosh, how are these people gonna get through this? And your product is the solution and the hero. Actually, if you want to get real tricky, when you're structuring these videos, you want the customer to be the hero, and your product to be Yoda. Your product wants to be the guide, and the customer is the hero. You want them to be the hero. So anyway, I wanted to show you that video. I thought it was interesting. I think it's a little bit long. Then it cuts into this professional looking shot.
Today, and I am the president of Best Made Natural.
So look at this, guys.
I'm going to talk.
He has a green cast all over the sides of his face because he shot on a green screen and they didn't know what they were doing. And then they keyed out the background and they put this, like, you know, obviously fake background behind him. You know what? It's okay. It's okay. You know what I mean? Like, but my issue is he probably spent thousands of bucks on this because he shot on a green screen stage, whatever. Don't do that. We will take care of you. And, you know, so I just wanted to point that out. So this is our competition. It's not that hard to look great. Okay. Christian, did you want to say something?
I was just going to say that maybe he's green because he's had too much of his plant extracts, and so it's colored his skin.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe that's the issue. You're probably right. At least they put green behind him, so it looks like maybe the green is motivated. But we know the truth. Okay, so while we're here, we already watched that one. So let me show you another example of like taking your product video kind of to the next level. So that massage gun one was pretty cool. But this one's even cooler. So check this out. So obviously that has a really like cool kind of edgy vibe because it's right for that product. But you can tell, like, you're like, holy shit, this brand is badass. You're immediately like, oh my gosh, these guys get it, right? It's because it's the right style for the product and it speaks to that customer. And so now for something completely different, that's also kind of cool, but a totally different vibe. Check this one out. You see how that one could be used? So that one could be used on your listing, on a brand page. It could be a commercial, right? Straight up, like, could be a Facebook ad. It has like kind of infinite options. It'd be a great post on social. It'd be a great Facebook ad. It'd be great for your listing. Like, it's just, and it's simple, and it speaks to the value. It speaks to what this product, like, it's award-winning. It speaks to, like, okay, that particular problem with the way the bra works or whatever, it sort of tells that story. So I think those kinds of things can be very valuable, and that doesn't have to be super expensive, right? We're not like shooting on a big location, and we don't have a bunch of models, and right, it's affordable, but it really does the trick. Okay, cool. So I'm almost done here. How far along are we? Okay, we're about an hour in.
Yeah, so just to ask about that last one, did you guys shoot that video?
Yes, every single video I've shown, we did except for that guy.
Okay. And how much, you know, was the customer dictating what was required versus you telling the customer how to do it, if you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this 𝗳𝗂𝗀𝘀𝘀 is a large brand. They're I think doing about 25 to 30 million per year. And they have a large e-commerce store and also Amazon. So that example, they have creative directors and they have all this stuff, right? So that's a big client. But it's a combination. So they say, hey, we have inspo, we like this idea, we want to do this product. We say, hey, look at this, we think this could really work. And then so it can go either way. We present like, here's 3 features and benefits we think we should show. How do you guys like that? Or you guys say, here's the features and benefits we know for sure that these are the 3 we need to talk about. So it can kind of be like that. We have a large Amazon brand. We're doing all of their listings right now, and they want us to present. So, hey, this is what we think. This is the vibe. This is the look. These are the pain points we're going to do for each product. So they kind of want us to do the legwork, and then they just say yes or no, and they add their pieces or whatever. So does that answers the question? Yeah. Cool. So okay, so let's get. I think we have 1 or 2 slides left. So that's it, and then we can. It's a full commercial or whatever. Show you maybe I could show you a $5,000. Maybe I could show you a $5,000 video that we did just to give you perspective. So like different budgets. But in conclusion, the video helps delight your customers, connects with your customers. Video solves customer pain points leading to the sale. Video is emotional. So I didn't talk about this much, but this is one of my main things as like a filmmaker is that emotions drive conversion. When you feel something, you donate to the charity, right? You don't donate to the charity because of data. You donate to the charity because you feel. You feel something, you know, the emotions get very high and you go and you want to change the world, right? You convert. People are converted by emotion. And it can be fear. It can be emotion that they, don't want to miss out. It can be emotion that they want to feel like that girl in the first video I showed with the unicorn barf. They want to have that fun, right? Whatever there's all kinds of feelings that convert, but you want to make them feel. That's what video does. That it's very, very rare that a photo makes you feel something, right? Maybe you see a photo of some painful moment or something and it make you feel things. But a product photo doesn't really make you feel something, but product videos can. And that's sort of the secret. That's why video is so amazing. And that's why the internet is kind of like becoming a video place of, it's becoming video. So video stands out on Amazon. Most brands don't use it. One video can be used for many purposes. So this is all the things we've covered today. Adding video on Amazon now is ahead of the curve, but no. And as we see, there goes 10% now, maybe it's 15, 20, 50% of you are doing it. But I bet out of that 50%, only 10% feel pretty good about what you're doing, right? I bet most of you feel like we got a long way to go. So video is going to help you sell your company for a higher multiple. That's one of the things that we will talk about sort of when I come to London is like, that's what we're seeing is that brands that really tell their story well, and video is the main way to do that, the multiple goes up. So your company's worth, 3X, you can get that to 4X by using things like video. And that's a long-term play, obviously, and the video needs to be really done well, but it's completely true. And I've seen it myself. So video builds brand, and brand always wins in the long run. So if you guys are product people, then you can do product video. But brand people, do you guys know what I mean? So like if you're building brands, video is just a massive, it is the best way to build a brand. Okay, I think that's the last slide. Okay, I guess just this one sort of key takeaways at the end. You don't need expensive video to get results, right? You don't need an expensive camera. You can do it yourself. But you see the difference when you use the professional stuff. You can see what you can do. Take your phone, talk to your customers about your brand and your products, like that video that I showed of myself, and then have your customers create video for you. So those three things you should all do. You know, I get that maybe you guys don't want to add this to your to-do list and you want to pass it off to somebody and you want to pay somebody to deal with it. That's what our agency is for. My agency does that. If you go to www.𝗃𝗀𝘀.la, that is our landing page for e-commerce brands. So go check that out. The video on the top of that page is me talking about why you should have video, sort of similar to this conversation we're having now. So what's unique about us as an agency, super quick, is I don't think there is another agency, I'm pretty sure, that has the expertise that we have, because we will, me and my companies and our agency will be doing $10 million in revenue this year on Amazon. And we have a video agency that's doing video for billion-dollar companies. We have multiple billion-dollar companies that we do the video for, and like that 𝗃𝗀𝘀𝘀, like $30 million company, whatever. We're doing all that. So we see what those creative directors, we see what those CEOs are wanting products, right? Because they have expertise. And so we get to see what the top brands are doing and produce video for them and get that feedback and learn, right? And then we're on the ground in the weeds on Amazon, doing video ourselves, doing content, learning how to sell on Amazon, PPC, everything, right? Excuse me. So that's my spiel. I said I was going to show you one other video. What was it?
Oh, I don't remember. Oh, the
$5,000 video to compare.
Which one?
The million
$5,000 video to.
Oh yeah, $5,000 video. Let we can start pull that up. We can start.
Quick question whilst you're pulling it up, if you can multitask.
Yeah.
So are all the videos that you're using on your own brand agency produced, like professionally produced, or are you doing some of the hacking that you talk about here?
I'm doing the hacking. So that video that I did, the example I showed you of myself, we're using, and we are definitely hacking, because so one of my brands, my brands in total have 125 products. So it's a monumental task to try to get videos, all of those. So we're hacking it where we're doing like we bring in one model and do 10 videos in that day. But even that's challenging. So it's, you know, my agency is busy, so I don't want to require too much of their work for my Amazon brands, right? So they're, you know what I mean? Try to respect their time and stuff. So that sort of answers the question, right? We are for sure hacking it. And I feel like more and more, in fact, so I'll tell you one hack that we did, which I find interesting. Actually, this isn't a financial hack, but it speaks to the question. So I don't know if you guys know Candace Cameron Bure. So she's an actress. She's on a show on Netflix called Fuller House. And when she was a kid, she was on a show called Full House. Like she was like a kid actor. You'll recognize her when you see her. You know what I'm talking about, right, Christian?
I remember that from the 80s or whatever it was.
Yes, exactly. So now they did Fuller House on Netflix, and so she's a star of that. She has, 3 million followers on like Facebook and Instagram, massive. So we were doing a shoot with her because I directed her in a movie back in my Hollywood days. So she's a friend of mine, and I asked her to do a thing with my brand, and she said yes, and I gave her like a percentage of net profit on the products. So she developed some products with us. We went to her house, and this is like a big celebrity, and we're shooting in Malibu, and we're shooting. We did all this stuff with our professional cameras, and I said, you know what? Let's just shoot one of these testimonials with my phone, and we're like doing this whole thing, and that's the one that works. That's the one that looks the most real. It looked like we're in her house shooting. It was awesome. So don't be afraid of that. It's completely legit. And as you saw in the video, the sound looks great. I mean, it completely works. So that can be, and you can do product shots or whatever, and put a little special sauce at the end, like I did, or even, hey, one $200 thing would be like, you shoot some video yourself, send us the video, and we'll make it work. You know what I mean? We'll make sure it's working right. So that I don't offer that as a service, but for you guys, that's something that I'd be open to for sure.
Okay.
So,
thank you.
Yeah. I wasn't multitasking, so I didn't look this up, but let me.
Well, that
I
is
I can answer a few of the questions which we can answer while you look for the video.
I got it actually. Do you want to watch it,
Okay,
or do you want
go for it. So go for the video first.
Okay, we'll do the video. So this was the budget was $5,000, and it's more like a viral type video. So they used it on social. They used it. They have it on all their brand pages as well, but like a viral fun video.
When you were a little boy, you had dreams of being a man, dreams of adventure, of acts of courage and valor. Then you got married. You bought a little house in the suburbs. You had kids. Now your only friend is your 3-year-old daughter. Can you pack Chinese food on your way home? That's become your great adventure. While we both know that the train is careening toward a life of unmitigated mediocrity, it's time to dig deep and find the gorilla in you. Mountain grillers. Be the gorilla.
So that's a fun one we did.
Very nice.
But it took pre-production, and it took casting, and it took like a full day of shooting, and then lots of post-production and stuff. So that's why it becomes. I mean, I don't know if you guys understand budgets or whatever, but $5,000 for that is very affordable, actually. Right? A lot of production companies that would start at 15. So I'm talking. So, but that actually is a UK company. So they're out of the UK, and I think they sell a lot on Amazon.com. But so they did an American, sort of commercial. But
right.
Yeah.
Cool. Good. All right. Should we move on? I have to say that was awesome, and I'm a bit like my daughter. So eventually, we were really worried about her as she was growing up, because my son is very bright and loved studying and read books and became a lawyer, which is now boring. Whereas she's ended up working in a company that serves high net worth individuals, musicians, rock stars, actors, actresses. So she ended up in the more interesting job. But as she was growing up, it was always troublesome, and she hated reading. But actually, she ended up doing a movie degree. And so the moral of the story is that she found her ability to express her intelligence by doing movies and listening to movies and analyzing movies and everything else. And so that's given her the fabric of life to be able to analyze things and obviously do really well in her own career. So it's fascinating actually watching movies or watching documentaries or watching art on film in some ways, because it communicates the message so much more effectively, I think. And now I need to get you to run 2 videos for me. Anyway, that's a separate conversation. Okay. Let's deal with some of the questions though. So that was awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Chris Ravine, just to clarify, video is not available in the UK, right? I think you're right. I don't believe that we can add video as sellers to our listings. It's still a vendor-only thing in the UK. But if I'm wrong,
sorry, not yet.
Not as sellers. I think vendors can, select vendors, but you can't as a seller.
So
in the UK,
even that related video shorts. Fascinating. I just got my VAT yesterday or something. So I'm launching in UK now. So I didn't know that. That's wild. So are most of you selling in both UK and the US, or is it like a lot of you just in the UK?
It's quite split. Some people are Europe only, some people are America only, and some people sell everywhere.
And is that true, like Germany and Italy and all the different places that there's no video?
The European platform is pretty much unified. So when it goes to one country, it should in theory go to all of them.
So I'm assuming sponsored videos not an option either.
Say again?
Sponsored videos.
I don't know, but yeah, I haven't seen them. I haven't seen an option to create them, so I don't think they exist yet either. But again, I may be wrong. I don't, some of the regulars know my background, but I don't create many listings. I mainly resell products, so I don't spend a lot of time in listing creation.
Yeah.
So I may list some way of adding them, but I don't think you can create.
It might be a good question to ask your account manager, since you have one of those in your back pocket.
If you find that, tell us how.
Yeah, because you might actually be enabled for that before anybody else. But also you might be able to find out what the timeline is. I suspect they were going to launch it this year, but that COVID has delayed things. Because the UK is about sometimes as little as 6 months, but about 12 months behind the US.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking here at my UK account, which has no products yet, but it's open. So
you can't add it through to enhance brand content, as far as I can see. You can't. There's no related shorts, and I don't think you do the ads either. So
fascinating.
Okay. There was a question from Lorna about related video shorts. I don't know, Lorna, if you saw the answer I put, but Judson covered that in one of his one of the screenshots he showed later in the session. But I also put a quick video capture on as an answer for you, so you can check that. Question from Ginny: what's the optimum length video for best results?
We don't. So yeah, a lot of clients are like, "How long's the video?" or whatever, 90 seconds or whatever. We tend to say that it's deliver the value, really is the answer, the best answer. So if you can deliver the value in 15 seconds, then I would do that. You know, it does depend on the platform. So, you know, if you're going to do a long form value stacking video, so we did one video for a client, hearing aid client, and it was targeted for Facebook ads, and it was long. It was like 4 or 5 minutes because it was like an old woman talking about how this product saved her and all these different things. And it was like there's a lot of information and very like value stacking. So it depends on how much value your product. If it really solves a problem that has intricate things that need to be explained, then that can be longer. If it's you know, sort of a basic product, then I would keep it short, 15 to 30 seconds.
Okay, I guess that leads into Tim's question as well, which is the next question, which is, what's the balance between explaining the product, conveying brand values, and selling the product, or do you have to mix them together? And is there a template, or is each video different depending on your brand, your target audience, and your promise?
Yeah, I would divide up your videos so that you have a mission video or a brand story video, right? That would be one specific thing. So that would be on your like About Us page on your website. Or, you know, like the main video on your Facebook page, or something that you put as a highlight on your Instagram. Those type of videos, like your brand mission, who you are, what you're about. And you can have B-roll, what we call B-roll of the photo of the products in that video, but I wouldn't try to sell in that video. If you're going to do a specific product video, I would lead with value and let the value sell. I really let the value sell the product. If you're going to do a video that's around a promotion, so like 40% off or something for July 4th, you know, whatever your promotion might be, then you can do a little more selling, but I would still lead with value. So how does this actually, you are the guide. I mean, yeah, you are the guide and the customer is the hero. And how does this actually help their lives? You know?
Yeah. That B-roll videos, that I mean, it's an information-based kind of, here's all the things this product does for you and how it helps you. Is that kind of angle for those?
Yeah, B-roll is a specific type of shot that is that's a good question, like where that term came from. But B-roll is the like shots of the product by themselves. So like we're gonna go and shoot that commercial. I'll give you an example. So that one is all that is like, here's the commercial. Then the B-roll would be like shots of the product, specific detail shots of the product. That's B-roll. Shots that aren't the main like narrative. So it's not a type of video, it's a type of shot.
Yeah, okay, makes sense.
Okay.
Okay. Question from Vinay about where do you find the total viewing time? You talked about having hours and hours of viewing time of your videos. Can you just quickly where you see that viewing time, how you find that from Amazon?
Yeah. So are you on the US, I guess? So you've got an inventory, and up manage videos is the bottom option on inventory when you go to the inventory tab.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so upload and manage videos inside there. You will, if you want to search, what I do is search by views. So you'll see your highest viewed video first. And then right now I have a video, my top viewed video for the last days has 2,094 views, average view percentage is 70%. So that's where I got the 20 hours. I calculated the 20 hours just based on that. Because my video is very long, right?
Okay. And there's a separate question from Wenheng, trying to understand. He's asking, do you think a content strategist is a valuable person for companies in terms of somebody they can hire internally or externally? And if you think it's relevant to companies, how would you recommend he started to understand that process and became a content strategist?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit left field, that one.
No, I get it. I get it. It's sort of like what I would do in this. It depends on how big your company is. If your company is very big, then you want to have somebody who's specifically thinking about strategy. But what I would say for you, probably, if you're my size company or whatever, is you want one person who can create the content. So you want like a Swiss Army knife person, because most people these days shoot photo, video, and then what you need is somebody who understands the strategy piece but can execute it. So I'd find one person who's a shooter editor, photographer, and then you may need to teach them strategy because those people don't come out of film school. They don't come out of their training understanding sales. But if you teach them the strategy of how on Amazon to do it, then, or you can, there's places where you can like put them in the right direction of how to like learn the content strategy part. But I would say you want that person as a single person who's going to do all that for you. That's going to give you just tons of value.
Great.
Rather than just a strategist, because then it's going to get real expensive.
Makes sense. Okay, a couple of questions from Lorna in the chat. What's the brand store page? So Lorna, when you're brand registered, you can create a page which appears on Amazon as your brand store, and I think that's what Judson was referring to.
Yeah.
And then what's SFR? It was search frequency rank. And again, when you're registered as a brand, you can see some of the search terms and it tells you the rank. So if it says 30,000, it means the 30,000th most searched for term on Amazon in that time period.
Yeah.
I think that's everything. And if I've missed anyone's questions, I apologize, but I think I've got them all.
Yeah, I think you have. Well done. And we still have quite a few people who have stayed right through to the end, despite it being nearly dinner time for the kids. So I think that was awesome. Thank you very much for that. And you alluded to it, Judson, but I forgot to mention it, that we are planning on one day meeting again in person when it's safe to do so.
Yeah.
And we have already talked about you flying over to the UK, literally, not just virtually, and coming over to teach us how you've built the 3 brands, well, 2 of them at least, that you have to multi-million-dollar sales. Because I think you have a lot of other stuff up your sleeve that we talked about today, because we wanted to make it purely about video and creating content around video and the benefit of that. So hopefully we'll be able to do that soon in 2021. But thank you very much. And hey, if it looks like it's going to get delayed, we'll get you to come and do another video. A webinar.
Yeah. And by the time I get over there, UK will have access to video probably. So I bet that's coming down the pipe soon. By the time you made your videos, I bet it'll be ready. It's coming.
Cool.
That's the thing about the video, guys, is it doesn't like these product videos, they're evergreen, right?
Yeah,
Like,
they are. Yeah, I mean, I've got one. I didn't know how to look at the stats. You just taught me how to do that, so I've just gone and looked at it, and I'm amazed that people watch it through to the 90% moment of the video, which is great. I didn't realize.
That's the thing about Amazon is that's why it's such a cool opportunity, is because on YouTube you're not going to get that watch rate at all.
No.
Right? People are clicking off after 10% or 20% on Facebook. So on Amazon, they're watching 70 to 90%.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've just connected, actually, the conversion rate has improved massively since we added the video, and I should have really worked that out. But hey, anyway, so yeah, need to do a lot more of that, obviously. Right. Let's just see what some of the people are saying. Oh, thank you. Thank you to you guys. We hope to see you again next week, where we're also going to be focusing on content. But this time we're going to focus much more on your listing and actually how to create some of that emotional language around your brands and your listing by an Amazon expert. So we've got 𝗱𝐻𝐻𝘁 Tamil, which is a pretty long name. And she's going to be joining us and teaching us some of her most favorite copywriting secrets. And she does a lot of Amazon listings for people, but she blends that extremely well with communicating what that brand message and that brand emotion is all about. So thank you.
Thank you, Judson. Thank you, everyone who attended live and asked all your questions. And we look forward to seeing you again very soon.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. Ciao. Bye.
Bye-bye.